I have to admit, when I bought Winds of Trade I knew it was a bit of a gamble. Trading games aren't usually my forte, and this review could have gone either way. My first playthrough was torture. I had no idea what I was doing, and I was having a terrible time. I even thought about putting the game down and starting something new. Then some nagging feeling that I had drew me back in. I didn't want to be beaten, not by something that seemed like it should be surmountable. And this is where Winds of Trade's greatest strength lies. Before too long, I had written out a list of commodities and their corresponding price ranges. I was trying to figure out reliable ways to predict where I could sell goods for the highest prices. I became determined to become the biggest trading company the world had ever seen. This isn't to say that the game gets everything right. No game does. And Winds of Trade is definitely a mixed bag in many ways. But there's definitely a rewarding experience here for fans of a certain genre. To begin with, the game's concept is a strong one. I'm surprised no one has ever tried to make a game out of it before, at least to my knowledge. Get transported to a time in history when world powers took to the high seas to compete in trade and economics. For this style of game, it is perfectly situated, and it gets top marks for setting. The gameplay will see you beginning the game with one ship and a dream. With that ship, you can move from town to town and take part in a number of activities. After setting up a trade post for a nominal fee, you can begin to buy and sell items from that location. The prices of items differ from location to location, so essentially you'll be looking to buy items at their lowest cost and sell them at their highest for maximum profit. To beat the game, you'll have to satisfy the requirements for your chosen game type, of which there are 4. In Millionaire, the winner is the first company to reach $1 million net worth. In Marathon, the winner is whoever has the largest net worth after 10 years. Conquest will see you competing to be the last person bankrupt. And Sandbox has no win conditions at all. The game will play out similarly in every game mode though. Once you have a reliable cash flow, you can start to think about purchasing more ships to increase your trade network, or fulfilling specific contracts which will net you extra cash rewards. You can also hire captains at towns which give your ships particular modifiers like increasing speed, cargo capacity, or smuggling capacity. But ultimately, you'll be spending most of your time checking the selling and buying prices of items at different cities around the globe, and shifting goods from one place to another to try and make the largest margin. I know from first-hand experience that you can become addicted to finding out how to make the most money in this game, but I'm also keenly aware that this sort of gameplay isn't going to appeal to everyone. You might think that the ship-to-ship combat system might offer another way to get players hooked, but unfortunately this isn't the case. The combat is very simple, and doesn't have the depth or mechanics to keep you interested for very long. Combat encounters seem to be randomly generated and occur without any apparent indicators, at least none that I could see. From time to time you'll just be attacked by pirates. The combat is a turn-based system, where you can either move or fire on your opponents. In combat you can do 2 types of shots. One shot does damage but slows your enemy ships down, and the other is just a regular attack, which does the most damage but has no slowing effect. You can upgrade your ship in a number of ways throughout towns, such as increasing the number of cannons you have on board, as well as adding hidden cargo compartments. But this doesn't have much of an impact on the way combat plays out, other than changing damage potential. It's unfortunate to see the combat system lacking so much, as it could have been a strong counterpart to the trading mechanics the game offers. But alas, this is not the case. Another area in which the game is lacking is tooltips and tutorials. On the city screen, it's possible to preview which industries are prevalent in that city. I'm sure that this relates to the buying and selling prices in some way, but due to the lack of explanation, you are forced to figure out the meaning on your own, which can be frustratingly ambiguous. The art direction and graphics also leave a little bit to be desired. Some things like the water effects look alright, whereas the terrain, cities, and place names look a little dodgy. Using the UI is also quite repetitive. Checking the same cities over and over again for prices can become a chore. Overall, it's safe to say that Winds of Trade has a strong concept, but the execution leaves a little to be desired. The most pleasure to be gotten from this game will be through its trading mechanics, and these mechanics will only be satisfying to a particular gamer. If you love trading, if you love note-taking and spreadsheets, and if you love the idea of role-playing a 17th century stock market broker, then Winds of Change is definitely worth a look. If on the other hand this doesn't sound like you, then I would suggest giving this one a wide berth. Thanks for watching my video guys, I hope you've enjoyed hearing my thoughts on the game. If you've played the game and have a different experience, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. If you'd like to, feel free to leave a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and as always, have a great day.